In this video, you will learn how to use Listing Analyzer by Helium 10. Using this tool, you can analyze your own listings and improve them, or you can analyze competitor listings to find even different product ideas or additional keywords you can target in your listings. My guest is Shivali, the brand ambassador of Helium 10. And if you want to try Helium 10 and sign up, use our coupon codes, which you will find below in the description. Also the link to Helium 10. Hello, Shivali. It's nice to have you here. And could you please introduce yourself and tell us how do you help Amazon sellers?
Absolutely. So my name is Shivali Patel. I'm a brand evangelist with Helium 10, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about Listing Analyzer. So when you have a listing up, or maybe you're just getting into the market and you want to get a feel for the layout of the land, you can use Listing Analyzer to take a closer look at maybe what keywords or what your top keywords for competitors are, as well as how the listings are really stacking up. Meaning when it comes to your listing being built out or being optimized, you have a better understanding of what you can do differently to stand out and generate sales.
And Listing Analyzer is one of the Helium 10 suite tools, and there are many other tools and a few other tools which you might want to use in this process of analyzing listing. You might want to use Cerebro and the Listing Builder to build your listing, and there is another video we recorded with Shivali recently, so check this out, and also you'll find it in the description of this video. And also if you want to sign up for Helium 10, check the coupon codes below to get some discount. And now let's analyze the listing and let's learn how to use Listing Analyzer by Helium 10.
Sure. So I'm currently on the Coffin Shelf Market. And when I go into the Chrome extension, let's say you're on your own Amazon page for whatever niche you are currently selling in, or maybe are beginning to think about selling in, I can go into X-Ray and then select the products that I'm interested in analyzing to one another. Here, I'm going to select the Manny's Mysterious Oddities to begin, because whichever one you select first is going to be your seed product. And I'm going to go ahead and hit these first three right here as well. And you'll see that you have a Run Listing Analyzer button. So when I go ahead and I select that, it will automatically take me into my Helium 10 account. As long as you're logged in, it'll do the same thing for you, and it'll automatically do that search. Give it a moment to fetch that information. And once you do, you'll see a lot of really great data. So you'll see things like how many reviews you have, what that review is stacking up to. You have your sales overview. All right, so you have the Coffin Shelf right here. You have your listing score, your price, how many are in stock, the review count, how long it's actually been listed. And then you also have your sales overview. Now, what's really a neat thing to take a look at inside of Listing Analyzer is, let's say that this is a product that's already in your Helium 10 account, right? You guys see these little dots, these are alerts. So let's say you are someone who's already selling, you're on Helium 10 and you have your alerts set up, right? If you have your alerts set up, which you can find, just FYI, in the tools section, right underneath operations, this is great for monitoring any changes that happen to your listing. The smallest changes can be really crucial when it comes to your sales, because let's say your product gets marked as an adult product, right? Even if it's not an adult product, all of a sudden, all your indexing goes away. If you have a dimension change, that's going to take hundreds potentially off of the bottom line of your business. So you want to stay on top of these things. But when you have those alerts set up inside of that tool, you'll see that it also tracks inside of the sales overview inside of Listing Analyzer. And I like taking a look at it because it showcases whether or not that alert maybe changed the way that your sales are happening. I'm going to change this to the units sales right here. And here you can see that there was a new 5-star product review. This one, there's a new 2-star product. So was there a dip in sales? I mean, I would want to take a closer look to get an understanding of maybe why was there a dip here? Was it because of that new 2-star product review? You can actually see how those things are tracking. If I go down a little bit more, you also have the category and subcategory BSR changes. So typically, you can track the category BSRs, but it's nice to be able to see the subcategory changes, because I know last year there was a brand new new categories being added, and a bunch of sellers had that transition happening, and you could kind of see it. So here you would be able to see that is my product in a new category all of a sudden? And then if it is, how is it really stacking up to my actual unit sales? And is it something that's actually making a difference? So maybe there's a brand new category. Did that somehow affect my sales? Am I down on sales? Has it removed me from keywords? Or maybe it's all of a sudden I'm seeing that there's a lot of sales happening. Well, I can now put it in accordance with the alerts, with the category changes, and I can find what keywords are really generating those sales to get a better feel. And maybe I want to include them in my PPC campaigns. Going down a little bit further on the listing analyzer, you also now have access to the detail page traffic and conversion. So this is information that's typically found inside of your business report section for Seller Central. But here you can take a look at the total sessions, those total page views, and then the units that are ordered. As you're comparing all three of them on the graph, know that you can change the date range or the time frame that you are seeing this in. And again, I really like seeing this information next to one another so you can really make those conclusions that will help you kind of give you that leg up on your competitors. Going down, you still have the key metrics across ASINs. This is sort of a crossover between Cerebro, the information we find there, and then X-Ray. But here you can see that three of these of the four are based in the USA. One of them is based in China. They're all about in the same category, except for this one, which is in standing shelf units. And then the price point is pretty much the same, except for this one. So this one's not only in a different subcategory, but also has a higher price point with only 49 sales. Going into the far right-hand side, you can see the shipping details, storage information, how long it's been around. This one's been around for about 60 months, but this one's a little bit newer. So let's say that you guys were in the product research section of your actual Amazon journey. You're trying to find a new product maybe, or it's your first one or your next one, whatever the case may be. You can come here, take a look at how long these competitors have really been around. And if you end up seeing that a lot of these competitors are a little bit newer to the space, but they're still generating sales from the keywords that they have, then you know that that is potentially a market that has a lot of opportunity for you. Right here, this is probably my favorite two columns on this graph because it tells you how many keywords this product is showing up in the top 10 for. So this is showing up in only 13 keywords for the top 10. And this is the combined search volume. Let's say that this one has about 7,000 in search volume. This one has 12,000, 11,000, 14,000. Now, if I were to compare this to maybe the revenue and the reviews, then I would be able to make my own conclusions from that, right? So here you can see that this one has about 280. I'm going to try to remember these numbers, but 280, 110, and then 49, right? Compare that here. How is that going to stack up next to the keywords? So you would be able to take a closer look by going down and seeing those top keyword phrases. So this is going to show it to you across all of those ASINs that you had originally inputted, and then how many keyword sales are being generated with those top keyword phrases. At any point, if you're interested in having a closer look at that, just feel free to click see full list of keywords inside Cerebro, and I'll pop open that tool and have all that information there for you to kind of analyze, digest, and save. You have the total shared keywords for all of these ASINs that you selected. That's about 615 of them, and it shows you the average. You have about 14 of them that are really showing up in the top 10 positions. This is the combined search volume of all of those shared keywords. And this is the combined share volume of the ones that are showing up in the top 10. So what the search volume for those 14 keywords really are. This green light to dark that you're seeing is going to indicate opportunity. So it's really telling you that this one is about an average, is showing up pretty high. And then this one showing a lot further down on that page. So if I were to say, what keyword is this? Coffin bookshelf, large 6 feet. So if I had the large 6 feet bookshelf, right? One of the products that we do have is a large coffin bookshelf, but as far as 6 feet goes, no, it's not 6 feet. However, it's still something that could be relevant. So if my competitors aren't really using this here, right? The only one that's really ranking high for it is this $45 one that we were looking at, right? And that one is showing it pretty high. So if the 3 other competitors aren't ranking as high, maybe this is a keyword that I want to save and actually use for my PPC. And that is how you can use Listing Analyzer to find those top keywords that maybe your competitors aren't using as much, but you can see where they're ranking for and get a feel for whether or not you would want to include that. Listing Analyzer also shows you that listing quality score that we were taking a look at in our other video with Cerebro and Listing Builder, where Listing Builder allows you to really curate your listing using all of the keywords that you have carefully selected. This one's going to take those already existing listings and break it down for you. So when we select a multi-ASIN search, it's going to show me how many of those ASINs are passing or not meeting the criteria that's given. Here, all 4 of them, title does not include symbols or emojis. All 4 of them pass it. But then title contains 150 plus characters. Only one of those ASINs actually meets the criteria. This gives you room to actually enhance a listing and make it even better. All 4 of them are on a white background, but only 3 of them meet the dimension criteria. 3 of them have 7 images, but only 1 of them includes video. So how can you really level up the listings that already exist and generate some of that eye-catching attention? You also have the media comparison tool. And the media comparison tool is great for someone that's just starting to craft that listing. I'm going to go ahead and select media comparison. And what it showcases here is the graphics and video content that all of these listings have. Before, we used to encourage people to go and manually find all of these listings that are directly relevant to your product, and then take all the graphics and actually showcase them to your product photography artist or your graphic designer for infographics, whatever the case may be. But here, you can just select media comparison and it will showcase all the graphics right next to each other, meaning you can now identify similar patterns. So all of these shelves, you can see that this one has a dimension image, this one has the dimensions image. That's something we're going to want to see, that we make sure that we have a dimensional image just so our consumers can get a feel for how big or small this product really is. I can see that this one really does not have all of those images being utilized, but it is a lot higher. So this might even, I would think that this could even be a test listing, right? We also have different aesthetics. This one's Halloween themed. Maybe something that we don't want to do is stay on top of that Halloween theme. Maybe we want to switch it up and give it a minimalistic aesthetic. So we want to set this up with a lot of glass and modern furniture to give it more of a, okay, you know what? This is a year-round thing that you can utilize in any setting. Or I have seen one of the coffin shelves have a red interior, and that one always stands out on a page. So all of this, maybe I didn't know that existed. And here I'm thinking all of these have a black or blue setup. Maybe I want to change that up, right? I realize this is our product, but just to give you a feel for some things that you can do differently and how you can use media comparison to see what you want to really have inside of your listing for images and video content.
I wanted to ask if Listing Analyzer works for different marketplaces and different languages.
So right now, I believe it does. It just depends on where you are based. So these are the marketplaces that we currently have. Make sure that whenever you are actually doing your research, so these ASINs that I selected, they're from the US market, which is why if I'm inside of this analysis, it's not going to let me switch that up. But if you go in and you make sure that you copy those ASINs over from whichever core market you were interested in selling in, then just make sure that you switch it up right here before you actually click run analysis.
And analysis is running real time, right? It's not taking information from the past.
Yes.
So basically, if you see your competitor or you are changing your list yourself very often, like every day or something, you're testing, you could always run this and get new results.
Yes, exactly. You can see that this information is very up to date. It's gone all the way to January 31st, and I believe that is today's date. So yes, at the time of recording.
All right. So thank you very much, Shivali. And those who want to try Listing Analyzer as part of the Helium 10's tool, I'm not sure if it's possible to use this tool as a separate, as a la carte, but you can check the website on Helium 10 and see what else they offer. So thank you, Shivali, and good luck in your business. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
I hope this tutorial was useful for you. And if you have additional questions or comments about Helium 10 or the content you have seen in this video, don't forget to use comment section below in the description, and we will make sure to get answers for you. And if you want to sign up for Helium 10, you will find the links and coupon code below in the description as well. And now I would like to invite you to watch other video about Helium 10. This one is together with Bradley Sutton, and he will show you how to do a product research and find high demand and low competition products.